Well, many of the documents people have to read every day can be complicated, wonky, or just downright boring. But what if those documents were replaced by two engaging podcast hosts generated by AI? Yahoo Finance's Akiko Fujita is here with more on the latest AI tool from Google that is generating a ton of buzz. Akiko.
Hey, Josh. Yeah, the product you're talking about is NotebookLM. It is a note-taking and research tool that's powered by Google's most advanced AI model, Gemini 1.5. Now, you can upload documents and import web links to organize your ideas, but it's the audio feature, audio overview, that is getting all of the attention because of its ability to generate very real podcasts with AI hosts. Now, Google has seen a tenfold increase in users since launching that audio feature last month. And today they launched additional controls that allow for further customization of these conversations. So to truly understand how this all works, you have to listen for yourself. So I turned to a document that's familiar to a lot of our viewers, the Federal Reserve's Summary of Economic Projections, uploaded it to NotebookLM to generate a podcast. Here's part of that conversation.
All right, so the Fed is predicting GDP growth of around 2% for the next few years.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know about you, but when I hear 2%, don't exactly think boom times ahead, you know?
Right. It's not exactly setting the world on fire, but it's important to think about what that number really means.
Okay, yeah, put it in context for us.
So a healthy economy, it needs to grow it at a sustainable pace, not too hot, not too cold, right?
Right.
And that 2%, that's what economists call the Goldilocks zone. Just right to create jobs, keep things moving in the right direction.
So no roller coaster rides for the economy, just steady growth.
All of that based just on a document uploaded from the Fed. Now, the additional controls announced today allows users to guide the conversation further. You can prompt audio overview to focus on a specific source, topic, or audience. I spoke to Josh Woodward, who's the VP of Google Labs. He's part of the team that developed this. He likens this new control to somebody slipping a note to the AI host before the show, giving them instructions on what to focus on.
One of the things Gemini 1.5 is so good at is multimodal understanding. So you can take any type of format and transform it. We on the team talk a lot about content now being infinitely remixable. And so when it comes to something like an audio overview or a podcast like you talked about, it's really not just about the content of what people are saying, but what are the interesting connections they're making. And then the term we use on the team is disfluencies. The hms, the huh, the banter back and forth. If you just tried to make it sound like a perfect speech, I don't know, it might be kind of boring. But this way, the host, really you can feel almost like the relationship between them and how engaging it is, the metaphors they use, the connections they draw. And so we did a lot of work actually to train that base Gemini model and some of Google's other models to really bring that in.
Josh, here's a number that kind of blew my mind. Speaking to Josh Woodward there, NotebookLM is capable of processing 50 sources, 25 million words per document. Now, what's the context of that, right? He said sort of equivalent to 11 Harry Potters. That's the amount of text we're talking about in one document to generate a podcast. I don't know about you, but I'm starting to feel a little unstable about my own job with this ability.
I think we all are, Akiko. How long do we think it is, by the way, until Gemini can start generating vodcasts, so mixing audio and video?
Yeah, how long until Gemini can take over our jobs, right? Well, Josh Woodward says that, it's still a ways away. He says, even though this technology is advanced in a big way, there's still high latency. So sort of, the video side, the real world banter, there's still some latency on that front. And then he said, well, these models have really advanced. They're still not quite as efficient in terms of sort of cost and sort of the larger things additional factors that would come into play here. So he says we're still a ways away between marrying video and audio. But as he said, multimodal is really the way to go here. And we've seen a number of companies, including OpenAI, Meta, Apple, Amazon, all really, really focused here and competing on voice AI.
All right, job secure for now. Thank you, Akiko. Appreciate it.
For now.